It really is happy rush hour though. That is funny. Happy hour is the rush hour. My God. Oh my God. What's up, everybody? Anybody that's want to come in and have a little chat? So this is happy hour. I'm going to do a new segment live, go live every day around the rush hour time, because rush hour is happy hour if you work a 9-to-5 job. So this is our happy hour, rush hour, and anybody that wants to come in and chat, I'm here for it. But I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I did a little short video earlier today about this clip I saw where this pastor, I believe is he in Tennessee? I think he might be in Tennessee, I'm not sure. Bishop Wooden. He says he's not Republican or Democrat, he just preaches the gospel, but his messages are definitely more conservative leaning. But he likes to point out the hypocrisy of the left and the foolishness. And I realize that I really love channels like that. They're similar to mine, where they highlight the hypocrisy of the left, right? I think A Righteous Perspective, that's another one. We got Dear Woke Christian, which I was on his, I did a live with them, Dear Woke Christian channel, recently, talking about the DEI appointee, Tiffany Henyard. So any of these DEI candidates, it's like, the jokes write themselves. I mean, seriously. Let me see, where are you from? Oh, okay. So I am here in the sunny, beautiful Florida. I'm in the red state of Florida. What else you got? Who are you? Well, obviously you're on my channel. Don't you see the channel name? It's Epiphany Faith Politics. I do commentary on the intersection between those topics, but my channel is kind of at a crossroads right now, because I would say that a lot of people would consider me or categorize me as being down with the MAGA movement ever since 2020, when my eyes were open to what was going on. BLM actually helped me open my eyes to the fact that they were corrupt and and evil and wicked and run by a whole bunch of group of lesbian Marxists. So I had to have that revelation, spiritual awakening, political awakening in 2020. And so that's where my channel kind of blew up. My following blew up on Twitter, X, even though my channel has since been disbanded and banned and deleted, and they blocked me and suspended me from X, which I still don't know what I did to get that banned, but I had like maybe 24,000 followers. A lot of people were following and listening to my commentary about political events and things having to do with Trump. And so anyway, so today I wanted to kind of touch base a little bit on a few things. So like I said, this is Epiphany Faith Politics, so you may get some faith messages in there, you may get some motivational messages in there. My profession is a licensed mental health counselor, so if you have problems in that area, I can help you there. So like I said, my channel is kind of at a crossroads right now, because I'm not as active in on the political side as I used to be. That's a long story. I don't know if anybody cares to hear that story, but I'm kind of trying to figure out what direction I'm going to go in with this channel. I know I always keep something in here related to politics, but maybe I want to move more to the faith side. But I call this the happy hour because this is the happy rush hour. If you have a 9-to-5 job, this is my time where I'm driving home from work, and I'm just happy to be off of work. I work in a field that is predominantly dominated by leftists, by by woke ideology. So to be a conservative in that environment, I run home every single day. I run home from work because it is brutal.
In a quarter mile,
even today in one of our meetings, my supervisor now, I don't know what her political beliefs are, but she's like, oh, I don't want to get into a political conversation, but then she goes into all this stuff political. And then she's like talking about the clients that are freaking out over Trump's executive orders, and you know that we need to be there supportive. We don't need to tell them our political views. At least she had enough sense to say that. We don't need to tell them our political views, just like some of those therapists now that are getting a lot of flack. They had a whole expose done on them because their messages talking trash about conservative clients and how they all the things they're going to do against them came out on the internet, and you know, it's really put a bad stain on the therapeutic profession, because you go to therapy and you have no idea that these people, things that they're posting online about you, when they're leftists and they find out that you voted for Trump or something like that, like, it's supposed to be an objective space, like non-judgmental space that you're in when you come to therapy. So to have your counselor like bash you or cut you off and just be like, I'm not working with this person anymore because they voted for Trump and all this stuff. So it's some really wacky therapists out there. Like I said, I'm in a profession that's dominated by this woke stuff. And so I have to walk a fine line sometimes. Let me see what somebody says. I guess I gotta wait till I get to a light so I can read your comments. But anywho, but I was watching this video today on Righteous Perspectives page, and he was highlighting this message from Bishop Wooden. Like I said, Bishop Wooden is kind of like a conservative pastor, even though he says he's not any way leaning. He's just for the gospel, but I would call him a conservative pastor. But he was highlighting Jamal Bryant, who is another woke pastor. You have the woke pastors and you have very few conservative pastors. It's hard to find. I wish I could find one down here in Florida, more conservative pastors, because I just feel like you go to especially when it comes to the black community, if you go to a black church, you're going to be inundated with this woke ideology. You're going to have this stuff rammed down your throat where you're told that you're a victim and that you're being oppressed by the white man is oppressing you, and and white supremacy is around the corner and you better be scared, and you know, you're gonna have all that junk rammed down your throat. Boycott Target because they're rolling back DEI policies and you need a handout in order to function because nobody's going to hire you because of your black skin and all of that woke nonsense. So
turn right onto East Bush Boulevard, then turn left onto North 22nd Street.
So I'm almost trying to get run over by a bus. So that bus had a wide turn right there. Anyway, yes, I can't wait to get to a light because I gotta see what these comments are, how these comments are popping off. So share this video, like, comment, share, subscribe, share this video, share this live. Come on in, let's chat, let's talk about it. And I think this might be a segment I might start doing on my channel. Well, this little turn I'm about to make, let me see if I can flip the camera around for you guys. This little turn I'm about to make is really hard every time I come right here, because as you see this car right here, these people don't be trying to let you in, so I gotta wait. Let's see what it said. I'm thinking about moving to Florida. Heard Florida has a bad gator problem. I have been here since I'm trying to remember when I moved here. 2012, and I have never seen a gator up close and personal since. For the past over 13 years now, I have never seen a gator. So I guess it depends on the part that you live in, the area that you live in. I've lived places where they said, be careful over here in this pond, don't walk too close, it's gators, but I still have never seen one. It's plenty of like bodies of water I walk by, like it's, you know, it's a lot of lakes and stuff here, like lakes and ponds and, you know, just waters all around us. And sometimes I'll have signs up talking about the gators, but I have yet to see one. Now, one problem I will say, some places, again, depending on where you live, you'll see these big, giant, huge, humongous, what in the normal situation would be, it would look like a fly, but it's almost like flies on steroid, or some type of flying wasp that's like the size of your face. Now, those are scary. What else? But not the gators. I haven't seen one personally. I've seen snakes, actually. One day I was walking and a snake just slithered past me. Another big problem here is the gecko lizards. Gecko lizards are big here. Now, when I first got here, they used to freak me out. I would like scream because they would like run. They would, like, when you walk down the street, if you're walking on the sidewalk, they will run, almost like run over your feet. That's how many, they're everywhere. And like, I am such not a bug person. I can't stand bugs, and I will freak out if a bug gets in my house. Or so when them gecko lizards get in your house, my God, Jesus in heaven, please help us. I will freak out, and so I've had to take a few of them out. But it's not as cute as the commercial. The Geico commercial makes it. You know, this dude is not like talking to you about car insurance. To me, these things are slimy and nasty and disgusting, and please get away from me. Don't crawl on me, and don't come into my house. So anyway, let's see what else you got. Eyes are definitely on the road, only reading these when I'm stopped at a light. Okay, I don't know why this car is right here. So people in Florida, that's another issue. If you want to move here, another thing is the driving. People here do not drive well. Like, you gotta mix a bad combination of, like, a lot of people here are from New York. So you got crazy drivers like you're in New York, but then there are these Florida people, or like the Florida culture is more slow and laid back. So sometimes you'll have people speeding, and then sometimes you have people that's just going way too slow. So you get frustrated by either one. Either somebody's going like a maniac speed or drag racing, or they're going so slow that you just know it's somebody's grandmother. You're just like, Grandma, please move out the way. I beg you. And this is how you know it's mostly New York down here. I went to this comedy club one time around the time I first moved down here. And the comedian was like, how many people in here from New York? And let's say it's like 100 people in this club. I would say like 98 people raised their hand. Me and the guy that I was with were the only ones that didn't raise our hand as far as being from New York. But I am from up north, just not New York. So it's very rare. I mean, my husband, he's a Florida native, but it's very rare to find people down here that are from here. Most people are from somewhere else, primarily New York. This is like little Havana. So anyway, yeah, and the Spanish culture is big. You see a lot of Mexicans everywhere. I remember when I first came down here, I was just like, where are the black people? Because I live in like the central part. Again, it depends on what section or part you live in. I would say like probably like Jacksonville or something is going to be like more African American. You know, maybe it's a mixture. I have to look at the population there, but here I'm like in the Tampa right now. I'm going through Tampa, even though I don't live in Tampa. I live on the outskirts of Tampa. I live more like in the suburbs in a place called Wesley Chapel. But here you're going to have like primarily Spanish, primarily white and Spanish, but you know, you do have these small segments and pockets of black people, Democrats especially. This is a definitely Democratic controlled city. I don't know if they're the first city that has the openly rainbow Skittles mayor, but they definitely, and elected this lady twice. I was shocked. I was like, okay, she went through the first time, that was going to be a fluke. I was like wondering when are they going to vote her out? And then supposedly her policies are atrocious. Again, she's a Democrat. So, but she's still in there for a second term now. It's scary. Very, very scary. I should have known my husband's on here talking about something so beautiful. Hi, hubby. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do this live, like maybe daily, possibly. I don't know, because some days when I drive home, I just want to listen to my worship music and worship the Lord, and I can't do both. Well, I guess I could play the radio in the background, but I'm at another funky light that's super taking its time. So this is the Tampa area, for anybody who cares about that. But I started my story. I was talking about I was gonna talk about what made me come on here. So I did this little short today. I did this short today about Jamal Bryant, this woke pastor, and I think he's in Maryland. But he's a social, I don't know why we call him pastor, more like a social activist, social justice activist, unmotivational speaker. Dear Woke Christian Channel calls him the stillbirth, because he took over what was supposed to be new birth, which became stillbirth after so-called Bishop Eddie Long. I'll be nice to say God rest his soul. After he passed on, he took over that church, and all he does is just push all this woke ideology stuff. And so, anywho,
At the light,
he's on this thing calling all the black conservatives, but in particular those that went to the White House to celebrate Black History Month with Trump. Now, supposedly the left was pushing this idea that Trump was going to cancel the Black History Month. But obviously that was a lie. So now they have to push the narrative of the blacks that went to the White House to celebrate the Black History Month when Trump honored, Black history leaders and different individuals that were influential in Black history. Supposedly,
in a quarter mile, turn right onto North 19th Street.
I don't know why these people. Come on, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
University Square Mall.
Go. I told you, Florida. This is Florida for you. I don't know why these people are driving like this. This is crazy. This man just went to go like
In 800 feet,
drive over top of my car as if I wasn't there. So anywho, this is Florida. This is something, if you want to come live here, you got to prepare yourself for. The driving is atrocious. The drivers, I know people that moved here and then moved away because they couldn't take the traffic and how bad people drive here. Like I said, you got a mixture of either people driving too slow, too fast, or like that man, not even acting like he knows anybody else is on the road. So, anywho. So going back to woke activist, unmotivational speaker Jamal Bryant. So he's calling all the black conservatives, runaway slaves. He tells them, you bunch of runaway slaves. So if if black conservatives are the runaway slaves, then is that not admitting that the Democrats are a slave plantation? You're pretty much making our point for us that the Democratic Party is a slave plantation. If Jamal Bryant, this woke pastor out of Maryland, who is always just pushing social activists, social justice warrior activist nonsense, not even preaching the gospel out of the pulpit. He's preaching more about boycott, Target than he does about the gospel. If he calls black conservatives, the ones that went to the White House to go celebrate black history, where Trump invited them and highlighted history makers in black history, if he's calling them runaway slaves, what does that mean about the Democratic Party? Because we escaped. So you're admitting, Jamal Bryant, that the Democratic Party is a slave plantation. This is the stuff it writes itself. You cannot. It writes itself. Democrats are the gift that keeps on giving. The leftists are the gift that keep on giving, man. I'm telling you.
Take the next right onto North 22nd
Their jokes
Street.
write themselves. You don't have to worry about material or content when it comes to Democrats. I was like, okay, well, what do I talk about now? Trump won. I used to always have stuff to talk about with the leftists and their shenanigans, but I'm like, surely they would just give up, realizing that they're defeated and outnumbered since Trump won. But no. They're still protesting and boycotting. Like, didn't you understand that the American people have spoken? When they elected Trump, they're telling you that they reject your woke ideology. So why in the world are you still out here ranting and raving, Jasmine Crockett, or whatever your name is, who I like to call Lashes? And I can't really talk trash about her because I might slap on some lashes sometimes too, but I just appreciate the fact that she attacked Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she called her lashes. She attacks this woman's body. Lashes you can take off. Why would you sit there and say she got a body built like a man? Those lashes aren't a part of your body. You can change those lashes. Why would you take offense to something that you can peel on and peel off of your face? Oh my goodness. That makes no sense. So ever since then, I call her Lashes. She's a congresswoman. We got messages held for review. Oh goodness. She's a congresswoman, and she's attacking this woman, body shaming. Isn't that the left's whole motto, talking about not body shaming people? But she's body shaming in this public hearing that they were doing. She body shamed Marjorie Taylor Greene because Marjorie Taylor Greene called her lashes. Your lashes are not a part of your body, lady. So that was an unfair fight. So now I like to call her Lashes. And again, you might see me rock some lashes one day on one of these lives, one of these videos. But if you call me Lashes, guess what? I'm not going to be offended by something that I didn't grow out of my body. That didn't actually come out of my eyelids. That's just like wigs. I talk about wigs all the time. I say I'm a wig connoisseur. So why would I have shame to say I wear a wig? If you wear wigs, you wear wigs. So that's what I was talking about. Tiffany Henyard, that's another DEI appointee over there in Dalton, Illinois, because she went and attacked somebody with a microphone, fighting. She's supposed to be the mayor of a city and the supervisor of townships, and you're fighting like a ratchet hood rat. You're fighting and attacking people like a hood rat would. So yeah, take big issue with that, because the studies have found that the DEI policies benefit white liberal women more than it does any black person. But these appointees that they put up as a figurehead to make you think you're being represented, this is what they think of you. They think you're nothing but ratchet hood rats. They think you're illiterate, unintelligible, ratchet hood rats. Because that's the people who they elevate with the black faces that they put out there, that's telling you their opinion of you. So for them to elevate her into that position of mayor, this is what DEI represents. And it's held up and it's led by these white liberals, especially white liberal women. They are in control, the puppet masters of this stuff. It's nobody more racist than a white liberal person, but especially white liberal women. They are the most racist that you will ever find. They want you to believe that they're all down for this inclusion. First of all, it should be no equity. You need performance-based. Just like this, one of these commentators said, DEI, if it works, it's supposed to work everywhere, not just somewhere, not just some places. If it doesn't work everywhere, it doesn't work. And like he said, it doesn't work in the sports leagues, because where are all the Asian, Hispanic, white jumpers, jump shots? Where are all the players in the NBA? Why is it not equally represented? If DEI works, it's supposed to work everywhere. So when you go into sports, where are all the black hockey players? Why is it not more diverse? Where are all the women ditch diggers? I know they're out there, but it's not diverse enough. Why is it not equally diverse? So it's just their policies don't work. Furthermore, they're insulting. So, what else you got for me? But that's the commentary that I wanted to do today. I just wanted to talk about that. I just wanted to talk about how this Jamal Bryant said that the black conservatives were runaway slaves. So that's him admitting to the fact that the Democrats are a slave plantation that has black people's minds enslaved, and people like him are hired and brought on and appointed to keep black people in their place, to make you believe you're oppressed and that you can't rise above your oppression because the white man is holding you down, and you need to boycott Target, which they are so late to the party. Conservatives was boycotting Target. Where were they at when we were boycotting Target over the rainbow Skittles, them pushing that on the children, and the body mutilation? Where are they at for that? Here's another thing that Bishop Wooten pointed out when he talked about he's downing and downgrading Trump for bringing black conservatives into the White House. Basically, just like he said, it's no other race that you can't be, you only have to be one thing politically. Everybody knows that white people can be both Democratic and Republican. Spanish, Democrat and Republican. Blacks are the only ones that says you're only allowed to be Democrat. That's it. But he pointed something out great. He said, this person, I'm gonna call him a person, I'm not gonna call him a name. This person is calling the black conservatives runaway slaves for going to the White House. But Trump is highlighting black conservatives in the White House, celebrating Black History Month. And Biden was over here celebrating drag queens with their fake breasts out. The disgrace that was. Look at what Trump is actually living out diversity, bringing all of these black conservatives into the White House, while the left talks about diversity. while they push forth their homosexual agenda and their agenda to push the rainbow Skittles and benefit white liberal women. It has nothing to do with black people. It's nothing to do with elevating you. So that's what I came on here to talk about today. To talk about how pastors need to get back to the gospel, because I don't hear these pastors preaching the gospel. I hear them pushing a woke ideology and agenda, an agenda of oppression, because it makes more financial sense for them to make you think this is their bread and butter, to make you think you're oppressed. This is how they keep you down and keep you stuck, keep you in their churches, paying for their nice fancy cars, speaking to your flesh, telling you how oppressed and woe is you. Woe is me. I'm so oppressed by the white man's oppression. That's what these types of woke pastors do. They need to get back to preaching the gospel. And they support abortion and everything under the sun that I can't find anywhere in the Bible that says this is okay. And just like Bishop Wooden was saying, show me where on the Republican platform, not a Republican themselves, show me on the platform what they stand on, their agenda. Show me where it blatantly goes against the gospel principle, message, truth. Show us where it's contradicting and go, but all throughout that Democratic Party's platform, that's all it is. It's nothing but stuff that's going against Christ and going against the Bible and going against the gospel. Show us where. Not the Republican themselves, because they're flawed human beings, individuals, but their platform, their policies, what they're standing on. What is that about? Is that contradicting and conflicting with the gospel? Because even in the Bible, it talks about having borders. Even in the Bible, God talks about Israel having borders to protect themselves. And I can go down the list, all the topics you could try to bring up and say, oh, because of this, oh, it's racism and all this other stuff. Show us where it's racism in the party's platform. Again, we're not talking about individuals. We're saying what they're standing on, what they believe in, what they're for, what they represent. They're talking about less government. Why does the government need to be your daddy? Why do you need to be in bed with the government? Why does the government have to pay all your bills? Why is the government, anybody that's ever been on any type of public assistance or anything like that, I've heard nothing but just complaining about how they're all in your business. They ask you all these questions. You got to sit down there for 2 hours and fill out all this stuff about every nook and cranny of your life. Why do you have to be in bed with the government? Why does the government have to be your deadbeat daddy? Why is it all these single mothers in the black community? Just so many of them. Now, that part I will say, that's an even split, because there are a lot of white liberal women that are on public assistance. It's not just black people that are on public assistance. You got to do your research on that. But that would make sense if they make up more of the population. That would make sense why it would be, but it's disproportionate to black families. When you do the percentage wise, it's disproportionate. It doesn't make sense. And I thank you for my few viewers I got right now and my 4 likes. So praise God for that. Well, I'm almost to my destination. Let me see if I can turn it around, give you guys a better view. Almost to my destination. Like I said, I went through Tampa earlier, and now I'm rolling out to my majority Republican area. I feel most comfortable in that home with Republicans. Oh, you got to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. It's not funny. One thing I'll say about Republicans, though, they could be, if any of them are racist, they could be racist all day. I would say like 90% of them, I don't experience that with. But for that little 10% that could be, that you suspect, and you're like, I don't know about you. The least thing I can say about them is, for the most part, besides a dirty look, they're going to leave you alone. Not in the hood when I lived there. You really had to keep your eyes open. You had to keep your head on the swivel in the hood. I was telling my husband I had to walk down the street. You couldn't be like walking down the street smiling. You better not walk down the street smiling. You had to walk down the street mean mugging people. It's a code of the street. Everybody knows you don't walk down the street with a smile. You don't speak to people. You mean mug everybody because you don't know who's coming for you. But in this so-called racist state that the NAACP warned black people against coming to, somehow, some way, I can walk down the street. I can go running. I actually go running on the trails in my neighborhood, and nobody bothers me. So explain that one, NAACP. Explain that one, Jamal Bryant. Explain that one, Democratic Party. Why, when I went in the hood and I lived in the hood, it was complete, total, constant harassment. Walking down the street, you got guys standing on the corner, you got cat calling, you got all types of mess. You got harassment. I come out here, and for the most part, they will leave you alone. That's my idea of a good neighbor. Like State Farm. Good neighbor. You don't have to be there. Just don't bother me. That's all. That's it. So yeah, so that's my commentary on this woke DEI mess. And this woke pastor, I'll have to stop calling him a pastor. This woke social justice activist named Jamal Bryant telling everybody to boycott Target. You didn't have to tell us conservatives to boycott Target because we already was doing that. Ever since they started promoting mutilating children, the clothing, telling these boys to tuck themselves in. This horrible, nasty, disgusting mess that they're trying to inflict on the children. Can't just be kids anymore. You got to be inundated with all this sexual nonsense. Oh, they don't know their gender. Of course they don't. They're a child. They don't know. They don't know what time to go to bed at night. They don't know anything. It's up to you to help mold and shape them, not for you to sit there and shape them into something contrary to God's will. Anywho. Well, that's it, because I'm not going to leave this live on.
East County Line Road.
When I pull up to my house, y'all don't need to know where I live. I'm not an idiot, you know. To sit up there and have the internet seeing my address.
For 1.5 miles.
I gotta get some dinner. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat tonight. I'm right here by Publix. I'm trying to figure out if I should pick up something, because I am moving. We're moving on up to the east side. We're moving on up further into Republican territory, because that's how I like it. That's how I like it. I like my Republicans, man. I love me a good Republican. I'm registered, yes. So happy to be awake, not awoke. So this is my commentary today. This was our topic today, that we have confirmation, y'all, that the Democratic Party is a slave plantation. We have confirmation. The Democratic Party is a slave plantation. Dr. Jamal Bryant has approved this message, telling all you black slaves, that's what he said. He said, you black runaway slaves is what he called us. Basically, what he called all his congregation, what he called every black Democrat as well as black conservatives. Every black person, he called you a slave. Because if the black conservatives are the runaway slaves, then what are the black Democrats? You're still there on the plantation. You're still there. You're still on the plantation. Black Democrats, when are you going to escape like we did? You call us runaway slaves if you want to, but guess what? We got out. We love to be in that number with the Harriet Tubmans and all the great black leaders that escaped slavery. So sure, that's cool. Call us what you will. But that means that you're still on the plantation, sir. And we just need you to wake up and come off. We just need you to wake up and come off. Now, if you have watched this video and you have not shared this live, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna be one of them people like badgering you, but it's like I never understand that on these channels. Like I've done it myself. It's like comment, share, subscribe from the beginning. It's like, could you give me a chance to like watch and see if it's what I like first? Well, I've given you guys a chance. You've watched, you've listened to me rant and rave. If you can't tell this is a great place to be by now, I don't know what to tell you.
Turn right onto Laurel Ridge Drive.
I wish I get some more questions. I had some questions earlier about Florida and Tampa and all of that. But I think it was a bunch of Democrats because they all left.
Drive for half a mile.
The people that were in this live earlier, they heard that I was conservative, they ran. It's like roaches scattering when the lights come on. I said this is Epiphany Faith Politics channel, and I am a conservative. And I was awakened in 2020. I'm awake, not awoke. And they ran. They scattered like roaches. But I encourage you to share this live video. Because I'm coming up to my destination soon. And like I said, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to share my address on the internet. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't take it. This was definitely a happy hour. This was a happy rush hour that we had together now. I appreciate you for joining me. Those that did tune in. And now I understand
In a quarter mile, turn
what
right
I'm going to
onto
do
Parsons Run Boulevard.
going forward. Let me see. What's today? Today, Monday? Okay, so we'll have Monday. We'll have Monday lives. And I got to figure out what other days. I know I'm probably not going to do this every single day. It would be cool if I could. But sometimes I just be drained from this job, man. Be drained. I'm trying to figure out what's happening right here, man. We got cops. We got sheriffs, man. In the neighborhood. Like, what was going on? They look like they just chilling, though, like they visiting their friends. I don't think anything exciting happened there. They're just looking like they're hanging out, the sheriffs. Or some kind of public official. Because I realized they had like a different kind of uniform. Oh, maybe it could be ICE agents, for all we know. I don't know, because I realized I know what the sheriff outfit or uniform looks like. They definitely weren't the white shirts, as they call them.
Right onto Sweet Room Circle.
They had like all green. What's the all green? Almost like some type of military.
Right onto Sweet Room Circle.
They was staring me down. They was like, what is this black woman doing in this car? I think I was being profiled.
Take the next right onto Trindlestone Drive.
Oh my goodness. Too much funny. Too much.
Take the next right onto Sweet Room Circle. Then turn right to stay on Sweet
Don't make me start getting on here and start doing some impressions. Ellen knows where you live. Well, you guys, I got to go home. I usually would go and see more clients after my first job of counseling. I'm a therapist in a middle school, but they have clients in the evening. But since I'm moving on Saturday, then I've canceled my clients this week,
Take the
and
next left to stay on Sweet
I'm just
Little
gonna go home
Circle.
and
Then your
continue
destination will be on the
packing my
left.
stuff. So I don't know if I want to bring you guys in for that, the packing event.
Your destination is on the left.
You don't need to see all my junk. I'm trying to get rid of most of it. Man, this dude is on my back. I gotta park, sir. Now I gotta do a U-E because he was so on my back I couldn't park. So bust a U-E. All right, well, this has been fun, you guys. I'll figure out, because my whole thing with me doing content is that I don't have a lot of time with my job and my work. But now that I had this idea, let me just try to do some videos while I'm on my way home. Now that I had that idea, then this channel might actually get some more action than what it's had. This channel has been dormant for a little bit, but now I think I might just add this live time in here as I'm driving home. This has been Epiphany Faith Politics. I'm about to log off, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.